What's up, fam? Matty D here, A1 Solutions Group, here to help you play the game, master the game of credit and money in general. I'm telling you that right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, unbeknownst to many, even though it's been announced on the major financial news channels, but if you're not in the finance, you're going to hear about it. It's funny, when it comes to changes in credit, they mention it and it's not talked about. No one says jack shit, man. It's crazy, bro. And I'm like, how do I know this? Because, hey, I do credit repair, and I tell people just some basic stuff. They're like, whoa, psh, mind blown. Like, I had no idea. And I'm like, wow. I can tell you this. The financial awareness in America is very low. And to really get ahead financially in this country, you only need to know some basic things, and you'll be way ahead of everyone else. So, with that being said, new FICO 10. It's like the iPhone. Always rolling out something new every year, every couple of years in this case. FICO 10, it's going to come out in midsummer of this year, 2020. Yeah. So, what's going to happen here? Well, without getting into specifics, I can tell you this right at the gate. Anytime FICO, which stands for Fair as a Corporation, anytime they roll out an update to their scoring model or algorithm, here's what I can tell you 1,000% guaranteed will happen. If you already have good credit and you maintain your debt levels low, make payments on time, all that fun stuff, your score is going to go up. If you have bad credit because you're like, I don't care, I'm just going to rack up my debt, miss payments, let everything go to collections, your score is going to go down. Now, let's go to the changes, and really more importantly, how you can play this game, master it, and get yourself out of where you're at if you have bad credit, okay? So, FICO changes. I wrote some notes down because my memory, it is what it is. It's going to take a more retroactive look at what your pattern has been over the last 2 years to give you a new score. So basically, it works like this. If you and I, an example I got us online, started out with $5,000 2 years ago, all right? FICO 10 rolls out and looks back at stuff 2 years ago. If I paid down the $5,000 and maybe added on, a little more debt, but paid it down, kept levels low, made on-time payments, I'm be rewarded with a high credit score. Likewise, if you're watching this, you take $5,000 and now you're at $10,000, $20,000, payments haven't been great and all that stuff, you're going to be slapped with lower credit score. That's how this stuff works, okay? So taking on more debt does not do you well. Funny enough, because apparently under the older model, I don't know, it's FICO 9, FICO 8. If you had more debt, they rewarded you. Now they're changing it. It's really, credit should be simple, and it is, and sometimes can be real complicated. So FICO 10's coming out. There's FICO 9, FICO 8. One thing you need to know above anything else, there's different scoring models, which is why we go to one lender or one credit site or another, your score varies. Because when it comes to FICO itself, there's also the Vantage scoring system, which the credit bureaus use. It's stupid. There's different updates to FICO, okay? There's FICO 10, which is coming out, FICO 9, which came out in 2014, and FICO 8, which came out in 2009. Most lenders using FICO 8. Some use 9, not all use 10. The reason being is this. Whenever FICO releases a new update to their scoring system, the people who are using the FICO scoring system do not get it for free. Oh, no. I didn't know this either. I learned this and I was like, what? And you're like, why would they not update it? Because they don't get it for free. They got to pay for that stuff. Oh, yeah. This is how FICO and the credit bureaus make their money. New scoring update. You want it? Got to pay me money. Not only that, there's other factors too. Besides the money, which is the biggest one, there's changes to underwriters, and they're used to one scoring model. Another one is supposed to help them out, but they got to learn that, and that may add risk to one factor. So a lot of lenders still use older models because it helps them mitigate risk to loaning money to people and stuff like that. So something to learn. What else? Trended data. We're talking about that. Personal loans are being taken into account now. So you take out a personal loan, that doesn't look good, especially if it's been used to look at to consolidate more stuff and you take on more debt. It's like, look, if you have to get a personal loan to consolidate everything else, do that, pay everything off, and pay that sucker off as soon as you can. On-time payments and paying your debt down gives you a healthier score. Applying for too much credit and all other crap and racking up your credit card debt, it's going to hurt you. And I'm telling you right now, it's easier said than done because spending is a drug, it's an addiction, and it destroys you financially. You see these people who get the lotto and go broke. So it is adverse and weird when you're like, I can't spend, but like you need to curve it back, step back and say, well, how can I do this, better? It's one of the ways people raise income, become wealthy, but that's a whole new ballgame. So, everything, yes. Last thing, they say that 110 million people will be affected when there's 350 million people. I don't know how that works, but whatever. And they say that, out of the 110 million that will be affected, they say that you'll see an average bump of like 20 points if your credit's already good. 20-point decrease, credit's bad. All right, so that's where we're at with FICO 10. One thing you can do, I will say this, if you're having trouble getting credit secured or even trying to boost your score, you can do Ultra FICO or Experian Boost, which take into account, your cell phone payments and utility payments. I will mention this. 2 things to consider before you do those. 1, they need access to your bank account to make sure payments are made on time. Number 2, adding anything positive onto your credit only works the best when you have little to no negative items on your credit. At the end of the day, even with new chains, the negative outweighs the positive when it comes to credit. So if you have a ton of missed payments, stuff in collections on stuff, and then you add on like Experian Boost or Ultra FICO, will you see a boost? Yeah, but not the boost that you really want. Because you don't want a boost of like 100 points or whatever, then you better have little to no negative stuff on your credit profile. That's the truth of the matter. So, hopefully it helps. Comment, let me know what you think. Subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Like the video. Get more tips. And you want to have the credit, reach out to me. The number below is in the description. All this fun stuff. I love y'all. Deuces.